Hi everyone, welcome to Reimagine 2020. I'm Artur, one of your hosts, and today I have with me Diane from Dodo, a decentralized liquidity pool that is introducing a number of features aiming to fix or eliminate issues that the existing AMMs today that we're used to using today are all kind of facing. Welcome, Diane.
Hello, hi Artur. Thanks for inviting. Very happy to be here and sharing the thoughts and updates for Dodo X.
Definitely, thank you for coming. Great to have you here. Why don't we just jump right in? Can you introduce Dodo Exchange briefly, and how? I guess most importantly, we've all I guess by now we've all used Uniswap a couple of times and some other decentralized liquidity pools. How does Dodo X compare?
Sure. So I think I will give a brief introduction of myself, our team, and the Dodo platform. Since I think you are not very familiar with this new team and new product. You can call me Dai Dai. And I have been working for DDEX with each decentralized exchange since 2017. And early last year, I founded DeFi Labs, which is the first and the biggest DeFi community in China. I also run a WeChat blog called DeFi Labs and a WeChat group called DeFi the World. To gathering people who are interested in DeFi and give educational articles on DeFi and introduce the Western DeFi projects into Chinese market. And that's how most of people know me. And early this year, my ex-colleague, Rita Bear, who was in charge of the market making, quanting, and the smart contract developing back in the DEX, he just created a new algorithm called PML, which is proactive market making algorithm. And I find it really exciting. I think this will power a next generation of a true decentralized exchange. Since we both together worked for the DEX and tried everything for a better order book DEX. But finally we found out that order book doesn't work on blockchain in this era. So we think the algorithm, the liquidity is the solution for on-chain trading. So we decided to build this Dodo product based on the PML algorithm. And we also have another co-founder. He founded DOS Network, which is a decentralized Oracle project in 2018. And he's very experienced in this space since he started involved in crypto space in 2013. So he will be in charge of the management and operation for Dodo. I'll be charging the marketing for Dodo, and Renda Bear is responsible for the technical stuff. So we three are the co-founder team. And for Dodo, actually, the core idea is, what the human market makers do. They just when you do the trading on Coinbase, on Binance, you just look at the market mid price, right? And you add $1 higher on that price, and you make a lower price and to buy the token, right? So you buy at a lower, sell on higher, right? So this PMM algorithm just to imitate this human market maker behavior and make that happen on chain use this algorithm. Yeah, so the core different things with other AMMs is we introduced an oracle price as the guidance price to gather the capital around the market mid price to have a smaller slippage for this price curve. Yeah, and another thing is we don't need EU, we don't need any LP to deposit both set tokens. Dodo just allow you to deposit one set tokens. Like for Ether, USDC, you can just deposit USDC or just deposit Ether. So this won't change your holdings, won't change your portfolios. If you have Ether, you just deposit Ether. You don't have to sell some Ether for USDC and put that into the pools. Yeah, so that's basically the difference. Yeah. So when we are saying that we animated the impermanent loss, actually we are saying that because we can allow you to deposit in single set token, so your portfolio won't be changed, right? Yeah, so you won't have an impermanent loss caused by that. Yeah, but as this market making behavior, any LP who is doing the market making actually will face the market risk, will face the counterparty risk. Yeah, so it's not like a lending protocol that can save you money. It's a high risk, high return financial thing. Yeah.
Got it. Because yeah, I think like these the two parts that you brought out are the main issues or kind of user friction points that Uniswap, for example, faces, or user space is. From an LP point of view, it's the impermanent loss, and as well as it's very accessible to everyone, but the moment you want to provide liquidity, then you're faced with this, oh, I need Ether as well, or like that, it's not as intuitive, I guess, as as it could be. But how does and I guess like you mentioned, the way that you make this work or make this possible is by using a price oracle. So what role does the oracle play then in this case? Because I understand that's what makes the PMM algorithm possible, right?
Yeah. So like we're using you can see this PM algorithm is kind of a market making strategy that's of our CEO Luhaäär, right? So the oracle price is pretty important in this algorithm. Yeah, and now we use Chainlink as our oracle price provider, right? Yeah, and but actually you can see from our backtest reports, to use a third-party oracle is okay in this algorithm. Yeah, but it's like a temporary solution, because our final destination is we want the on-chain liquidity is very sufficient and can dominate the pricing. I mean, the on-chain liquidity will be even better than the centralized world. That's our final destination. Yeah, but right now we can see for some assets, the liquidity is better in the centralized world, right? So in that case, we follow the price that already have a price consensus in the centralized exchange, right? So we use an oracle price to introduce the oracle from the centralized world and into the on-chain world. Yeah, but when everyone is, working hard in the DeFi world, actually everyone is working for a better liquidity on chain. Yeah, and when we finally for like now the DEX can list new assets permissionless, right? Yeah, and so there will be more assets and on DEX, and for the DEX we have a better pricing ability. For some assets, the liquidity will be better on DEX than on CEX. Yeah, so in that market, actually we don't need to introduce an oracle from the outside, right? We have the ability to do the pricing for this asset. That's the final destination. Yeah, so you can, I can also tell that there will be two markets for Dodo. One market we call it Dodo Zoo market. That is for mainstream trading pairs like Ether, WBTC, Link, Land. So for this mainstream trading pairs, the liquidity is better on the outside centralized exchange. Yeah, so we follow the price using the Oracle price. And we will have another market called Dodo Wild market. In this market, we will do IDOs for any new projects to list their assets, and it will be permissionless. Yeah, and in this market, we don't need to introduce an oracle. There will be new algorithm to support the projects to freely launch their assets, and it's capital free because it only need projects to deposit their own platform tokens, and it don't charge or don't need Ether or USDT or USDC. Just use their own project token to deposit and to do the token sale and to do the initial liquidity providing. Yeah, that's algorithm, and that's a product now we are working hard to build.
So I was actually interested to hear more about that. So you've it's been mentioned before as well that you'll be introducing a like an IEO alternative, an initial Dodo offering. How is it different from a, let's say, like the various other like bonding curve sale platforms that we have that are around today, like Meza auctions and so on?
Yeah, sure. Actually, the Dodo token LDO, yeah, will happen in the end of September. So this kind of LDO is actually different with other IEO or like auctions. So Dodo token LDO is not a token sale, it's not an auction, it's just an initial liquidity providing. Yeah, so like we will list a trading pair, Dodo USDC, right? And we only deposit 1% from the whole Dodo token supply into the Dodo pool. Yeah, and we close the withdraw, close the deposit function, just open for traders to buy and sell the Dodo tokens. Yeah, so it's not a token sale. It's just to make traders to discover the price for Dodo token. Yeah, and besides Dodo token IDO itself, which will happen on Dodo platform on Ethereum, we will also support a Dodo on Binance Smart Chain as an experiment for the layer 2 solution. Yeah, so on this Thursday, I think there will be a very first IDO experiment happening on Dodo on Binance Smart Chain. So there is a community team called BNB 48 Club, and they are all like big holders of BNB tokens. Yeah, and they are very active in Binance ecosystem. They launched a community token called Coach, and this will be an operating node for Binance Smart Chain. Yeah, so that they will do an auction and token sale for the Coach token, and that will happen on Dodo platform, Binance Smart Chain. Yeah. So what they are doing is two steps. The first step is the token sale. Yeah. So they they have an auction for on the price curve, and open it, and it will last several days to let users to buy Coach token. Yeah, and after they sold the tokens they want to sell, they will close the pool. Yeah, and then they will reopen a trading pair like Coach to BNB. Yeah, that's a trading pair, and to let traders have a market to trade Coach token on Binance Smart Chain. Yeah, so this is another kind of IDO that our platform will support.
Does that mean that Dodo Exchange will be operating both on Ethereum as well as on Binance Smart Chain?
Yeah, so this means there will be two Dodos, Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain. Yeah, so Binance Smart Chain is like experiments ground. You can see now many DeFi projects are considering of layer 2 or layer 1 solution like ZK Optimistic, ZK Rollup, Near Protocol, Solana, different solutions. Yeah, so think of that behind Dodo there is a very huge Chinese market. Yeah, and so in this phase, we think that Binance Smart Chain should be our first choice to build a Dodo on and to see what will happen. Yeah, and we are also considering other layer 2 or layer 1 solutions in the meantime. Yeah.
Interesting. And does that mean that the Dodo token will also be on both Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain, or?
It will be initially launched on Ethereum. Yeah, and it depends if Binance will support a bridge and to to transfer some ERC20 tokens into BEP20 tokens. Yeah. So initially it will be ERC20 token for Dodo.
Interesting. And so Dodo Exchange has been in beta now for how long, and how has that been going? Is this I guess when can we expect the full launch? Is the Dodo token IEO going to be the kind of the moment when it all launches?
Yeah. So now this product you can see is a very simple one. It's just a beta version. It only offers the basic functions for LP and trader to use. So now the development team is working on working on the product improvements and new products. Yeah, that will be very exciting, but it takes some time. Yeah, so actually. Besides the Dodo Zoom market and Dodo Wild market, one more thing we are working on is we are talking with some traditional and professional trading firm, like they have the market making strategy of themselves, right? They do the market making on like Coinbase, Binance, Huobi, and other centralized exchange. So why the liquidity is better for centralized exchange than a DEX, because this kind of traditional teams, they have the ability to do the pricing, but now they can only do the pricing, only make their market making strategies happen on centralized exchange. Yeah, but what if their strategy can happen on chain? Does that mean when these traditional guys do the market making on chain on DEX, so for some assets their liquidity will be better than CX? I think this can come true, and this is what we are working on. Yeah, we are working with some trading firms to make their market making strategies happen on chain. Yeah, so in the near future, you can say maybe like for Ether to USDC, this trading pair is offered by Dodo team, right? But we will also have other trading pairs like Ether to USDC that are offered by other trading firms. Yeah, so it's like for some trading firms, it's Dodo team to do the market making, and for some trading pairs, there are some other trading firms to do the market making. Yeah, and from the experience for users, they just see USDC to ETH, and they can see a best price for that trading pair. Yeah, and we will do some smart route, yeah, to link different pools to give the best price in the front end for user. Yeah, so you can think that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you can think that the Dodo Zoo market is like a shopping mall that is operated by the Dodo team, and but we will have other supermarkets, yeah, and the owner and the operator are different professional traders, yeah, and for users to select their favorite goods, their favorite apples and bananas from different markets. Yeah, and
is it so? Do I understand correctly that there will be essentially, let's say, like the example you brought, ETH to USDC, there will essentially be multiple pools of ETH USDC, and to me as a customer, Dodo Exchange will basically route me through the best price.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. And are the other, obviously, you know, the pools run by the Dodo Exchange teams are not permissionless, but are the other pools, is it permissionless? Can anyone create a pool, or does this have to go through like in cooperation with the Dodo team?
Yeah, like for the mainstream trading pairs, some will be offered by the Dodo team, some will offered by traditional trading firms, right? And we are using different marketing strategy, so the price will be different. So the users can choose the best price for assets. Yeah, and this the Dodo Zoo market, and another market is Dodo Wild market that to support new assets launchment, new assets IDOs. So for the IDOs, there will be permissionless. Yeah, but for the But for
the Dodo 2 will be permission.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, is there a plan to also turn this the Dodo 2 permissionless, or is that something that kind of is not possible from the design of the system?
So like we will have some KPI, like if the trading volume or the pool size reached some numbers, yeah, and that number should be governed by the community, right? And the trading pairs on the Dodo Wild market can transfer to the Dodo Zoo market. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. And speaking of like governed by the community, so what will the Dodo token be used for?
Sure. Yeah, we are thinking that because there are some parameters on the PMM algorithm, right? So these parameters should be governed by the community members eventually. Yeah, but now since not many users truly understand what is PMM and how Dodo works, yeah, so initially it will be just decided by the core team. Yeah, but in our minds, we will have three DAOs. The first DAO is the admin DAO that can, have the right to open or close a pool. Another DAO is risk control DAO. Yeah, so it's basically to adjust the parameter K that will impact how much risk for the LPs and how much revenues. Yeah, and the third DAO is earn DAO. That DAO is to decide how to distribute the platform revenue to LPs and to the token holders. Yeah, and the governance will be achieved regularly and to it's not made in day one. Yeah, it's will be achieved step by step. Yeah, for the governance. Yeah, so the Dodo token is a governance token. If you want to join the governance, you should stake the Dodo token and to vote.
And will each one of these DAOs be governed then by the same token?
Yeah, so we will have only one platform token, that is Dodo token. That is for every governance. Yeah, like to decide the risk parameters and to decide how much revenue should be give the LPs and give the token holders. Yeah, but like the earn DAO, the revenue is really related to everyone, right? So this governance will open for everyone. But for the risk control DAO, that needs you to understand the risk and understand the mechanism for the algorithm. So it is not open for everyone. It's only open for the professional guys. Yeah, this is our basic philosophy. Yeah, but the governance is very important thing, and I think all of this will be discussed very seriously. What will the final version for the governance of Dodo? Yeah, so welcome any comments and feedbacks to have a nice governance model for the platform.
Definitely. It sounds very exciting. And I mean, obviously, tell me if I'm asking, some questions that like a bit too early as well, because I'd be interested to understand how do you intend to separate, like you mentioned, that the governance around like the risk parameters is going to be available for like the more professional traders. How do you separate, define this on chain? Is it going to be that you need to be an LP or how could you know that on basically looking at the Ethereum blockchain, who is a professional trader and who is, a simple token holder?
Yeah. Actually, there are a lot of details that should be discussed. Yeah, with our community members. Yeah, it should not just decided by the core team, right? Yeah, so a lot of detail to be determined. Yeah, so in this phase we are focusing with to make our Dodo token IDO. Yeah, and then we will put more time and effort into the product improvements and the new algorithm development. Yeah, And yeah, so actually many things awaiting us to do, yeah, and it's very exciting journey. Yeah, and I'm the person who are talking with the community members every day and collecting the feedbacks. Yeah, so sure, we will very welcome more members and fans to join the Dodo Zoo and the Dodo Wild management. Yeah.
Interesting. And I get, is there already a date for the IDO, for the Dodo token IDO?
Yeah, it will happen on 29th September, yeah, which like the few days. Yeah. So
and then you mentioned that 1% of the tokens will be essentially released onto the Dodo X. And what's the release schedule or release like mechanism for the remaining tokens? Are they going to be essentially mineable, or like essentially is it going to be liquidity mining or?
Okay, yeah. So actually, at the first day of September, we started to be mining, and the numbers look good. I think there are more than 90 millions on the TVL, the total.
Wow!
Total
Congratulations.
Yeah, and for the trading volume, basically is like 7 million per day. Yeah, but this days is really high, like it's more than 20 millions for the trading volume yesterday. Yeah, and we have calculated the address. So since day one, Dodo launched, there are now there are more than 3,000 addresses that has been trading on Dodo platform. Yeah, so basically they are the data. Yeah, and our so our first liquidity mining program will be finished at the day of the IDO. Yeah, and for this mining tokens, it will be locked up after 7 days after the IDO, and then it will be released linearly. So these LPs can claim their mining tokens per block. Yeah, and after that, we are considering to open a new series of incentives for LP and for traders. Yeah, that is under plan.
Sounds good. Sounds exciting. Congratulations on the progress so far. Can you just? I know you're very busy, as you mentioned, and we're running out of time here. Can you maybe also tell me a little bit about what you mentioned your involvement in the DeFi community in China. What is the kind of what is the sentiment around DeFi in China at the moment?
You mean what are the hot topics in China DeFi market now?
Yeah, and what is the kind of general opinion, I guess, of DeFi in China?
Yeah, sure. So actually the OGs, like maybe you are not familiar with their names, yeah, but there are some core people that are really waiting for true innovations for DeFi, yeah, because these days just many forks and copy paste and just mining everything, right? So we are tired with this kind of this innovations of how to put a new food on chain. Yeah, we need a new technical innovations. This what we are looking for. Yeah, and in another hand, many BTC miners and BTC holders are joining in the mining. And about the users on the centralized exchange, actually, they are suffering a lot because many centralized exchange users, made a huge loss on sushi projects. Yeah, yeah. And and there are something, other things that the people are interested in, like the NFT and the crypto art. Yeah, is a emerging market in China market. Yeah. But overall, like we are all tired with the forks and the food. Yeah, waiting for some true technical innovations. Yes, and that is why people here really excited for Dodo, because we are like the very few people in China are doing the technical innovations like our team is doing. Yeah, so people are really excited to see what works we will offer to the market. Yeah, and they are happy that Dodo is building a global market where the Chinese market and the Western market is really balanced. We have both side supporters. Yeah, and that is very proud for our team. Yeah, so I think the next step is the DeFi bubbles will be smaller, and some true innovations from the technical side will be saw by the DeFi followers.
And I know we're almost out of time. What would you say is what technical innovations are you most excited about, if you can't say liquidity pools?
Yeah, I think it's algorithm the liquidity. Yeah, because our final goal is to have the best liquidity on chain, and that is even better than any other centralized exchange. So the DeFi world will finally have the ability to do the pricing for the crypto assets. So any kind of that innovations will make the answer closer to the final solution. I think that is something worth to working on.
Interesting. I just have, I guess, two very quick kind of questions to ask you. If you had to say yes or no, do you think ETH 2.0 staking will come out this year?
What is staking?
Do you think ETH staking will come out this year?
Maybe in November or maybe not. Yeah, not sure, but I hope it is quick. Yeah, I hope that. Yeah, but not sure.
Honest answer. And if you had to describe DeFi in one word, what would it be?
One word for DeFi?
Yeah.
Yeah. Freedom.
Good one. And I guess the very last point would be what does DodoX need sort of help with the most right now? You mentioned you're building your community. Is it what would you kind of what would your call to action be to potential community members?
You mean what kind of help that we need?
Yeah, what does DodoX sort of need help with the most from its community?
Yeah, we need the understanding. Yeah, because the first one is we are doing something that no one is doing, right? New algorithm and a new product. So I do hope our community members can, read our docs and articles and understand what is PMM and how Dodo works. Yeah, that will be super helpful. Yeah, that will make our governance come here quicker. Yeah, and another thing is for every innovations at the very first few people understand that, and we will face the loneliness that not many people understand. We will face like the misunderstanding, like maybe people will think we are not doing the right things, yeah, and we will face the prejudice, right? Because we are both we are young people, right? And it's an Asian team, yeah, and it's not very you know, most of the DeFi teams are based like in USA or in the Europe, yeah, but we are based in Beijing, yeah. It's very that makes our difference.
Uphill battle.
Yeah. So I think we need more understanding, yeah. But I can understand if other people don't understand us, yeah. So just need more time to make things come true, yeah, and let more people benefit from that, yeah, and get ready to face the loneliness, the misunderstanding, and the prejudice, yeah. But I think there will always a lot of supporters behind us, as you can see in our Telegram, Discord, and WeChat rooms. Yeah, we are encouraged by these fans every day. Yeah, so we are really excited to build these things with all of our supporters.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you'll do great, and
Yeah.
and thank you so much again, Dai Dai from Dodo X for taking the time, and I wish you the best of luck. And I'm definitely looking forward to the token sale myself as well.
Oh, really? Oh, thank you. Yeah. Okay, thanks for your time, and so thanks for this interview. Yeah, it's really a happy talk. I just practice my English again with you. Thank you for that.
Don't
Yeah.
worry, you did great. Thank you. Have a great day.
Yeah, talk later. Bye-bye.